What up, guys? And by this point in Call of Duty Black Ops, there's not really a whole lot for me to do. I realize there's a new map pack, which is going to be cool, and I'm looking forward to it. They look like pretty good maps, to the most part. But I've played this game so much to the point where there's not a whole lot for actually, like, terms-wise of playing this game to do. Now, I don't really change ever my style of play, but yeah. I got a question in my inbox saying, why do I always use the same classes? Well, the reason I always use the same classes is because I've played this game once again so much that I know everything about it. Alright, like, you can ask me a question, I'll know, and I know what's good, I know what I like, and I know what I'm good at using. Alright, so for one thing, why do I always use the FAMAS? Because it's my favorite gun, that's why. Why do I always use Doomag? Because it's my favorite attachment, that's why. It's just the way it goes. Think about it this way. Let's break down the perks. First slot perks for Call of Duty Black Ops, alright? So, the first slot perks, there's lightweight, there is, lightweight, ghost, hardline, flak jacket, and scavenger, alright? Now, with those perks, what ones would you normally use? Well, myself, I would just pretty much stick to about 3 of those. The rest of them I could really, to be honest, care less about. For the reason being that it's just not going to help me in any way. Just because it's just the way I'm used to playing now. Flak jacket. All right, I use flak jacket for competitive games that are really close, or we're going up against a good team. It's pretty much my try-hard first perk. Or if I'm playing Demolition, I like to play it because there's lots of nades, and same thing with Domination, but it's only really if they're close games. If there's a noob team, I'll just throw on whatever perk I want, because I'm not really, the other team doesn't usually get off grenades. And so yeah. Lightweight, useless to me. I could care how fast I run. I don't jump off high buildings. I'm not 007. I'm not James Bond. Ghost, I'll get to that in a second. Scavenger, I use, yes. Hardline, I sometimes use. Depends what class it's on. It's usually a submachine gun, yeah. Alright, so...
It's 8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. When it comes to something like that, Ghost, it's probably the most dominating perk in its slot, yet I don't usually ever use it for the reasoning being of, a lot of people bitch about it. But at this point in the game, I could care less what people bitch about, because it's the UMP of the future. Everyone bitched about the UMP. Why do you see so many commentators use it? Because why would they not use the best gun out there? Why would they not? Why would they use a shitty gun that they're not going to get good scores with when they could use a gun that's a 2-bullet kill? That's my point I'm trying to get across while I'm saying this. Like, why would I, in this game, let's just say this, assault rifles. Why would I use a gun, now, no offense to people who would like this gun, but a gun like, let's just say the Scorpions. Why would I use that when I can use the AK-74U? There's no real point. There's no real reason. I just use the 74U. It's a better gun. Alright, and we'll get to weapons in a second, but let's keep on the perks thing before I forget about it. Alright? I've already gone through the first slot. Yes, I use Scavenger. Yes, I use Hardline. Yes, I use Flak Jacket. First perks actually aren't that bad. They're actually pretty good. When it comes to Ghost, I'm going to start using more because it's the most dominating perk. And here is a great example why. Wait for it. Wait, Ghost, right there. I was expecting only one guy to be coming towards me, but instead a Ghost guy caught me off guard, and I lost that 2-on-1 battle. perfect example, perfect timing as well. Now, as I'm saying this, it's just such a good perk, yet commentators aren't allowed to use it because they'll get called scrubs. Alright? But I will start using it because why am I not going to capitalize on something like that? Now it gets me to perk slot number 2. Hardened, Sleight of Hand, Warlord, Steady Aim, and Scout. Alright, Hardened, it's alright for long range engagements. Alright, you're in the MLG, you're doing a game battle. 95% of the time, you're going to see Sleight of Hand. What other perk is there? No one's going to use Scout, no one's going to use Steady Aim, no one's going to use Warlord. You might see the odd Warlord, maybe the odd Steady Aim, but I doubt you'll see anything other than that. It's just pure Sleight of Hand. Or it's just the way it works, alright? Steady Aim, I don't know what you would want Steady Aim on. Maybe akimbo weapons, but I don't know. They'd reload slow as shit. Steady Aim, pretty useless with the Pro perk. It's just a useless perk overall, in my opinion. Scout, just not very good either. I've had Scout Pro. I didn't think it was that great, to be honest. I thought it was cool at first, but after a while, it's just a stupid perk. And yes, I know NASA 1 has his little Scout Pro tip thing where he switches his weapons and picks up weapons. And yeah, I don't really find that useful, to be honest. It's pretty stupid. I get to my Warlord. Yes, long-range engagements, Warlord is good, but Sleight of Hand, I wouldn't say. Sorry, Sleight of Hand, I would actually still prefer. Hardened. The walls in Call of Duties aren't that hard to shoot through as it is. You don't really need an FMJ perk like a Hardened. Less flinch is good, but it's not that huge of a deal, to be honest. That gets me to Warlord. Sometimes I'll recommend Warlord if it's maybe a larger map or a map that's not where you're gonna make sure you have time to reload. And most of the time, if I'm using Warlord, I have dual mag on too. So Warlord, maybe yes, and Sleight of Hand, of course, it's the best and it's the most dominating perk in its slot. So once again, only two perks I use out of the 5 in the red perks. Now it gets me to the most interesting perk slot. The third one, where it's green or yellow, or whatever the hell you guys want to call it. Marathon. Alright, that's just a pure running perk. Maybe if you're... It's obviously an objective perk, and obviously to get around faster, but if you play this the way I do, the perk's not going to end up being that much of use, because the reasoning of... what good is it, really? I sit in one spot, and I patrol an area, so Marathon's not going to be that useful. And when it comes to the next perk, Ninja, I have a headset, so yes, I use Ninja. Hacker, I don't really use, because seeing an enemy explosive in red, I usually am careful around corners, and if I'm not cautious, or maybe think that there's something there, I'll just throw a stun. So, yeah. The next perk is... What's the fucking perk? I don't remember what the last green perk is, but it brings me to the perk what everyone hates, Second Chance. Yes, it's in that perk slot. And yes, it's also a little girl perk to a certain point. No one likes the perk because they hate getting killed by it, alright? But why not use the most overpowered perk in the game? For the reasoning that I'm saying this is because... No, I don't use Second Chance. I haven't bought it in about 13 prestiges, and I've prestiged like how many damn times. Now, this right here, this class setup is an AK Warlord with Flak Jacket, and the reason I'm using it is because I want to try something out a bit different. Now, it's just a class. I thought I'd try Flak Jacket Warlord and Hacker. I would never really use this very often at all, to be honest. But yeah, Second Chance, it's the most dominating perk in the game as well with Ghost. Now, why don't I use those perks? Because I was always worried someone wouldn't say something about it, but right now at this point I could care less what people say or think, because this game's into a certain point where you even see Wings of Redemption using Ghost and Second Chance. where he came to the conclusion where why not capitalize on the best things in this game, alright? Just like at the start of Modern Warfare 2, I remember everyone saying, oh yeah, don't use the UMP-45 for the reason being it's overpowered and it's an easy game. Alright, you can get gameplays just like that with it. At the end, how many G-Unit, how many Woody's Gamertag, how many Wings of Redemption UMP gameplays did you see? There was enough out there. They were starting to get more than one every so often, alright? They were starting to become guns he starts using on a regular basis, alright? And that's what perks are like in this game. There's no real, like, there's the 74U, but it's just that much better than all the other submachine guns, which I already use because I don't use submachine guns. I'm an assault rifle type person. I like to make my engagements long range, so when I do use a submachine gun, I make sure it's the best one there. Some people say that I use the MPL and Spectra and they're not good guns. I disagree. I think both of those are also good submachine guns. And I started using these guns a lot more often since I'm less and less using the 74U. Not for the reason that I could care what people think, but for the reason of trying. I've tried all the guns out quite a bit, but for the reasoning of I want to give them a chance once again because they're followed by the 74U in that category. Sorry. So that's what I mean when I I don't remember your name, whoever asked the question why I always use the same shit. Because it's what I've used for about the past 20 prestiges, and it's what I've been using the past since the game came out. Within the first month, I've been using all the same shit. And that's also why I probably get bored. Now people say, why don't you change something up and why don't you try different stuff out? Well, because I don't know, it's just what I'm used to. I probably won't change stuff that much. I'm not into the unorthodox creative class like White Boy 7th Street, but whatever. Now, this gameplay was just, I wouldn't really do this very often. This is more of just I guess you could say trying different stuff, guys. I might do a class video and upload it and just say what I use on a regular basis. But, yeah, that's pretty much what I think about the game around this point. So leave me a feedback on what you guys think about my classes, or if you guys want to see a class video in case you're wondering what I use most of the time. I guarantee it won't be that exciting. You can see I pick up an Uzi, which normally I just run around with no ammo instead of picking up the Uzi. But no, I'm just kidding. But you can see what I did is I pull out a Galil instead of having the Uzi. It's just something that I would do that other people might not. But anyways, guys, this is the end of the gameplay of my second. This was a 2-for-1 deal in case you guys didn't notice already. Yeah, so thumbs up or just rate the video. Tell me what you guys think about it because I appreciate all the feedback I'm getting. You guys are awesome, and yeah, thanks for watching.